Let's take up our little thing here. Get back into our game. There we go. All right. I think we are doing good. All right. Anyways, always a little jarring to come back from a short break. Didn't really miss too much here as far as what's going on in the game state at the moment. Looks like Poland's still doing what Poland does. So what do we got here? Eastern Orthodoxy. So I'm thinking it's either the Byzantines or Russia. Shit, I'm losing some cash here now. Why am I losing money? I should be founding another city by this point, but I'm going to end up taking over Polish cities. Let's get a... This is actually kind of advantageous for us because now we can actually get another hammer, and now we're back to making some money. Which is pretty good. Additional production right now is going to be absolutely needed. Because I know we're going to go into debt. You know, it's kind of like one of those things. It's like a trade-off, right? It's either I build a bunch of units and go into debt that way because I'm building so many, the Mohawks, or I spend the money on upgrading my 2 warriors. So let's go ahead and get our legalism so we can finally get our monument. That's why I never build a monument, because I pretty much almost always go tradition first. And then I save up or wait until a point I can actually get the legalism so I can get the free monument. The problem is that if we take over the Polish cities, we're not going to get access to that free monument there because we didn't actually build the city. We just took it over. I'm really hoping that Poland here is doing a little bit of wonder spam. That'd be awesome. So that way I can take it over and I'll have access to it. It's going to be pretty much the only way I'm going to get access to any of the wonders in this game until maybe later on. So what else we got? We've got Buddhism. Okay. There's a number of civs that could actually have Buddhism. So I know this has been kind of uneventful, but that's actually kind of what I was hoping for, to be very honest. It was just a nice chill game. Though we are going to see some warfare here. So it looks like we got some Confucianism. If I can speak right. If I can English. So we probably have Korea. And there's a good chance that Korea is doing all the wonder spamming right now. At least that's my guess. What would be really nice to have is some actual siege equipment. If I could just have one. One mangonel. One of the catapults. So we're just kind of... Unless Poland makes the first move here, I think we're just kind of stuck going from turn to turn. You know what I suppose I could do, speaking of which, since I turned the music so far down, why don't we actually bring up the ambience a little bit? Yeah. Yeah, that sounds good. Our worker now straight up has nothing to do. So I'm going to actually put my worker in the city. So that way if I get a great person or something, you know, it'll give me the update to actually move them right away anyways. I think, if I'm not mistaken, if you have a worker in your city, what a great worker, or excuse me, a great person spawns, I think the way it works is it spawns them to one of the adjacent tiles, but I could be wrong about that. It's been a while. I think maybe it actually spawns in your city. I think I'm wrong. I really need to get archery so desperately. I'll just put you to sleep here. I feel kind of bad, you know? It's like we're streaming here. We're just going from turn to turn, doing really nothing. Because there's just nothing to do. I don't have the money to actually just straight up buy something. Oh, look at that. I can actually get a Pantheon. Ooh. Let's see here. What do we got? Shrines, Tundra. Let's... No. Growth rate would be really good. Wine and incense. We do have the one wine. I think somebody else took the camps. No, here we go. +1 food from camps. See, we're going to have 3 camps here. I think that's probably the best way to go right now. Goddess of the Hunt. I think we should probably do that. Or we can get Sacred Waters, which gives us an extra happiness. Because we are next to a river here. I think I'm going to go with the camps. After all, this is going to be a little bit difficult with the food situation, because we have a whole bunch of these plains tiles here, which don't really give us a good enough food yield. So that extra food is going to be beneficial when I'm actually able to build the camps. Which we don't have yet. We have to prioritize military tech right now. Although, with that being said, I could go archery and then into trapping, which would give us access to the camps, which I think I'm going to actually end up doing. Why don't we do that so I don't forget? Get animal husbandry first. Okay, so we got our library, and that puts us to not making any money. So my question is should we do a granary, or should we start working on a settler? I am going to be taking over Polish cities, and I don't really have much room to work with, although I could, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, I could move, like, say here on this. I think we're going to do that. We're going to build another settler. Or build a settler, not another one, because we haven't built one yet. But I'm thinking, like, maybe over here on this hill, because that'll give us access, direct access to the iron and the gold, and then we'll have this fish tile over here. The only problem is that when you build your cities so close together, is that they start competing for resources. And unfortunately, if I build a city up here, it's really only going to have, let's say, 1, 2, 3. So this tile here is going to be in direct competition between the two cities. So that might not be the best option. I guess a really good option might be over here somewhere, right? Although, if I was to do that, I could have taken another Pantheon, like the one where it heals our units if we're, like, within 4 tiles, or it gives us extra faith, I believe. There's like 2 military type Pantheons that are fairly strategic if given the right circumstances, and I really wasn't anticipating that. So I think we'll figure it out once we actually get there, because we're going to have 4 turns left on our settler before we're actually able to build some Mohawks. I mean, if I want to finish the settler, that is. I do need to get another city up and running, but I need units too. All these needs. I feel so high maintenance. What I plan on doing, if I found a city over here, it's going to be a little bit harder to defend. So it might make sense to actually, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Like, if I found a city right here, it'd be a really shitty spot. Ah, I don't know what to do. I'm just not sure. Or I could take this southern peninsula, which would give me access to both of these fish tiles. And if I found a city right here, I could just move navies straight through the city. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Stop dicking around and flapping the gums. Let's just get on with it. Okay, so it looks like Poland just has founded their Pantheon. They got the growth rate there. One of the problems is that with Poland here is that I'm gonna have to take care of their armies first before I'm actually able to invade them. And I don't have the units to really do either. Like, as of right now, if we declared war, or if he declared war, if we went to war, like, he would just win just straight up from a war of attrition. Because my units would get so damaged, I wouldn't be able to heal them up in time. I only have the one ranged unit, unfortunately. We're in a bad place right now. We haven't found any of the other Civs yet. It looks like there's, I think, about 8 or 9 other Civs, something like that. Something along those lines. Really wish I had an ally. It'd be really nice if there was another Civ over here. Preferably one that didn't hate us or didn't want our land. Okay, so he's got composite bowmen. Oh, this is gonna be rough. So maybe early warfare is kind of out of the question. Because he's out-teching me right now. Jeepers! I don't know what to do. I really need to attack him. I need to get him off this map. Or off of my continental island here. I think I'm going to say screw it and just bombard him. Oh, it's a risky proposition. It's going to take me several turns to do this. Got a little bit of a hold up there. For a second there, I thought I was actually meeting another Civ, but apparently that's not the case. So it's either we go into a food deficit or we go into a money deficit, but right now we are in stagnation. Oh, this sucks. Yeah, I don't know. I think we're just gonna have to sit pretty for here for a while. Yeah, I said I was going to be wanting a nice chill game of Civ, and then I put it on Immortal. More like self-flagellating. Like I've got a Silas or something and I'm just whipping myself in the back. Man, I don't know what to do. I need to get out of stagnation, I think. The other problem is that when I found another city, it's a good possibility that my civilization here is going to be unhappy. I don't think I really have much of a choice here. I think I'm going to have to start losing some cash, that is. Oh, that's right. Duh. I'm sorry. I'm retarded. My apologies. It's because I'm building a settler. That's why we're in stagnation. That's why we're not making any new pops. Duh. Boy, you really can't tell I'm rusty here. You make some rookie mistake like that. And since Poland didn't found their first Pantheon for quite a number of turns, I'm not really in any danger or threat from him founding a religion and then start proselytizing on me. As a matter of fact, there could only be 2 other religions that's going to be founded, and I founded my Pantheon before he did, so if anybody's going to be in a position to found another religion between our 2 civilizations, it's going to be me. At least I'm going to assume so, because unless he has some sort of like bonus that he's acquired to for faith, I should be the first one. Zoroastrianism. So we know Persia's in the game. I'm thinking Persia, Korea, either the Byzantines or Russia. And there's a number of civs that normally gun for Buddhism. So it could be like India. I'm pretty sure the Siamese go for Buddhism. The Indonesians, I think, have a potential to go for Buddhism. I think Buddhism or Islam. But I'm pretty sure Korea is in the game. We're gonna have to annihilate them. Otherwise, they're gonna be like their runaway Civ. With all their bullshit wonder spam. Yep. Just as I say it too. Wonders get built. It's so weird for me to play a game where I'm not actually building wonders. Because normally I'm the wonder spammer. Yeah, I am definitely that player. I love my wonders. Some of them are just too good. Alright, so Casimir went for the pyramids. That means he's going for liberty as far as his social policies go. I mean, we could take a look anyways, but... I mean, you can't even get access to the pyramids unless you have liberty. It's not a big deal.
Do not wait to strike. Well...
Outstanding. Okay. Oh, I really need to build these guys. So let's dispel some stuff here. Let's actually find out if I can upgrade my warriors into Mohawks. I'm really hoping I can. They're already in the medieval era. Awful! I was hoping I was going to be the one that beat him to the punch. Kind of wishful thinking on a hard difficulty like this. Oh! I can upgrade them. I can upgrade 1. So let's get the one that actually has the promotion. So now that I'm officially out of cash here, we're gonna chill until we get another till we get our first settler, and then I guess I'll just position him here. Oh, the Mohawks are so good. I just need to keep pumping them out, and they are fantastic because they don't take iron. And as long as he doesn't get the swordsman, I think we'll be fine. The other problem is that attacking Poland is that my Mohawks get bonuses from being in forest and jungle tiles, and well, that ain't happening. So we'll just let you chill. Alright, so we're getting to that point now where we need to decide where our settler goes. If I move him to the north, both of my cities are going to be competing for this territory here. Although I will get access to, direct access to the gold, the iron, and of course the fish over here. And there's nothing else around unless of course there's like whales or something over here in the fog. that would make sense. However, if I moved them down here, this would be a really strategic area, or even this tile, because we get access to both of these fish. We'd have the one forest and, of course, the hill, which would be nice. We could potentially found a city, like, say, right over here, which would give us access to the observatory when we actually get that technology. But his borders are so close to mine that we're going to be competing. Like, I could put, like, a city right here. Actually, that'd be a really good place to do it, because we'd be right next to the mountain. We'd have the forest here. The only problem is that I would be losing this tile until we were able to take over Poznan. Choices. Or I could just be a dick and just put my city, like, right here. Or maybe, like, right on top of this, this forest tile. I want to use the terrain to my advantage here, so I'm thinking probably here. It's either here or it's going to be on this hill up here. I can't decide. I just don't know. I don't know. We are going to go to war with Poland, right? And it really comes down to how I'm going to actually fight my war with Poland. I need to knock out his units first. That's what I really need to do. And the only way I'm going to do that is by playing aggressively defensive. So if I build a city here, I'm going to end up having to defend it. That's the problem. And I figure, well, if I do it where I have the terrain to my advantage, then there's a possibility that I could, you know, actually really defend it. But if I bottleneck his units over here in this direction, like, I could plop my one archer up here on this hill, and I could just sit there and blast him and keep my Mohawks in these two forests. Like, I think that would be a much better idea. So if I put my settler up here, I think I might end up doing that. I do have to say about the harder difficulties that makes it a lot more worthwhile is that you just don't go through the motions, I feel like. I feel like you really have to come up with good stratagems in order to be successful. Otherwise, you're just going to get crushed. Because if you just, you know, plop settlers down wherever and, you know, just concentrate on your economy without concentrating on your military or anything else, like, it's a recipe for disaster. The other thing about actually founding a city over here is that my units are going to be in my territory, which means they'll be able to heal faster. So there's the possibility of having this be a little bit more strategic just due to that, but it's going to be harder to defend. I think we're going to go up here. And we're going to move our worker up here to immediately start working this this gold tile. Well, maybe not immediately, because obviously I don't have access to it yet. I won't have access to it for a little while. Unless, of course, I plop my settler down here on this one plains tile, which I don't want to do. I actually really want to keep him on this hill. Besides, if I put him up here, let's see here, 1, 2, I would have access to this fish eventually. But I honestly think right there is probably the best spot. So I really need money. Yeah, I'm stuck. I'm going to be stuck for a while. We really need camps. I need archery and we need camps. This is going to be a definite late game decision here. Like, I was really hoping I could actually fight Poland early here, but there's just no way. I mean, there is a way. I mean, if I keep pumping out units and just come over here and smack them in the face, then, you know, there's always that. Okay, let's have you start working on a granary, please. And then you can start doing this, See, See, they're competing for these tiles. That's what I was originally saying. However, didn't really impact us too much because we have these two farms here built on the river. So the tile yields are still the same, and at least until I'm able to build a camp here. Okay, so it looks like China's in the game, because I'm pretty sure they're the only Civ that actually takes Taoism. However, you know, it's like if Russia was in the game and the Byzantines, and Byzantines took Eastern Orthodoxy, and then Russia founded their religion, they would take something else, obviously. So it's no guarantee that one civilization is in the game based upon their religion. Lots of Reformation. Oh, I just want to make some money. At least we're not unhappy. I was afraid of that. That would have sucked. This is why I don't really like playing on Immortal and Deity. I mean, I did praise it earlier, right? I said it was like more strategic, you know, like you have to actually really concentrate, but it is a little bit more stressful.
The haft of the arrow had been fed.
So, what's going on here? Why are we not making any money? Okay, so we're gonna lose money until we get access to camps, so we're actually able to start improving these truffle tiles. But we do have access to some ranged units now. Absolutely, positively need it. There's just no denying it. You're gonna build a granary. We've got a mohawk over here. You know, I'm wondering if I didn't go with the mohawk and I just tried to gun for the Colossus, if I would have actually built it in time. It's a really good question, but it's a little too hypothetical at this moment because we've already passed up that window when we were able to actually build it. I mean, potentially build it. Right now, I know somebody else is already gunning after it. I do have to say, if I got Colossus, man, that would be a godsend right now, because I could actually start trading. But the unfortunate part about it is the only people I could trade with are the Polish, because Congo is just too far away. And you never want to go to war with somebody you're trading with, because then all of your caravans and your trade ships and things, they just they go bye-bye. They disappear, or they get plundered. Still on that turn-by-turn clock here, unfortunately. Speaking of which, I need to move my spearmen out of the way before they get trapped, because they're definitely encroaching on my position here. Some more of Reformation. Got some pretty big religions out there. If we take a look at the beliefs. So if we can get actually Confucianism, Confucianism, if I can get that, that would be awesome. Or maybe Eastern Orthodoxy. Okay, so somebody does actually have Islam. If I can keep my economy from going seriously in the red here, which I don't think I'm going to be able to do, not until we get the tech to actually improve stuff. We'll have the units to actually destroy him. I know we will. We're going to do it. Got to have a little bit of a prep talk here. But it'll happen. I'm just going to keep you positioned where you're at. Like I said before, I really don't want to keep a bunch of units over here near his borders, otherwise he's going to get pissed. And the bad thing is if you say, oh, my units are just kind of like traipsing around your territory, then there's like this like a multi-turn cooldown for it, and if you declare war on them after you tell them that, then you get this huge malice.
Thou shalt not muzzle the...
with all of the other civs. And that's been one of my big complaints about this game, and I know a lot of other people have shared that sentiment over the years, is that it's like, I'm playing as the Iroquois, we've got the Polish here, and we're sharing this one snaky island thing, and I'm pretty sure that neither one of us has met another Civ, right? But let's say I was just pumping out unit after unit after unit, and I came over here and just completely conquered him. That would give us negative relations with all the other Civs. But, for whatever reason, even though we haven't been discovered by any other civilizations, all these other civilizations, when we do meet them, or they meet us, they're automatically, by default, going to have negative relations with us because we took out another civilization. And that just absolutely makes no sense to me. The other thing, too, is something that I've heard a lot of, or read a lot of complaints about, is that, you know, if you were an early game warmonger, it just seems to stick with you for a large portion of the game. And I know Firaxis has definitely kind of alleviated it a little bit over the years, you know, where it doesn't impact you for the entire game, but it's still for a decent chunk of the game. And it never really seems to completely go away. I mean, unless, of course, you're doing it, like, in the first, like, 50 turns. Okay, so Poland is Catholicism. No, I was hoping they wouldn't. Oh. I don't know how the hell they got all that faith. Global happiness. Oh, I'm gonna get stuck with a really shitty religion. Not to say Catholicism is a shitty religion, I'm just saying that, you know, the religious tenets that he chose they're the dregs. They're pretty awful. Well, so I'm gonna get camps here in about 9 turns, and we really need that money. Oh, nice. There's a little island over here. But I think it's probably behooving of us to actually get this gold tile here. Let's get that rocking and rolling so we can actually make some good money, hopefully. As a matter of fact, once my other city here finishes its other population. So I am going to put them in stagnation, but I'm going to have my other pop here work this gold tile, because we could use the production, but I need that money. Need them ducats. I want monarchy. You know, between the two, monarchy is just so damn good. We're gonna get some cash. As a matter of fact, now that I actually have that, I could, instead of going into stagnation here, I could probably, let's see, what is the, so 2 turns difference in our production. Oop. So between these 2 tiles here, it's like two turns, but I really don't want to put my second city here into stagnation. You know what I could do? I know it's a pretty common thing, right? is to actually rename your cities after some of your subscribers and some of your viewers and whatnot. I think maybe I'll do that. I think that sounds like a pretty good idea. The way I can actually have a little bit of kind of a contact with my viewership, right? So why don't we do that? Let's rename my capital. Let's see here. Let's see, edit. There we go. We're gonna call you Gator Pack 55. And then we'll call our second city here. We are going to call you Hakan. I can actually type here. Hakan Akpinar. There we go. So congratulations, people. You guys are now the name of my cities. Besides, I do have to say that pronouncing some of the Iroquoian city names can be kind of a tongue twister. Guess that's probably the best euphemism I can use. Now, I originally am from an area that actually has a lot of like Native American names, so it's not really that difficult for me to actually pronounce some of this stuff. But I think just for the ease of describing my cities in a live stream. Besides, you should always name your cities after some of your viewers, some of your subscribers. Okay, so we got another Mohawk here. I think I need more units. I need more units. There's just there's no getting around it. I'm wondering if I actually have enough here to actually declare war on him, or if it would be a little premature. I'm going to wait 16 turns until I'm able to get another Mohawk, and then I think we'll do it. Or, actually, we need more ranged. Absolutely. I could also use another worker, too, because I really need to start working some of my luxury resources. It's been a while since we never saved the game. I think we should probably hard save. While it is rare for me to experience a game crash, it does actually happen sometimes, so we are going to save. Alright, and with my other Mohawk here, we're going to keep you in the forest. Man, he just keeps threatening me with his units. I really need some more ranged. I can't do it with only the one. Man, I really need money. Need that cash. The early game is just so stressful. There's just so many needs that are just not being met. It's like being in a really difficult relationship. All right, let's just keep you on alert. And again, I do have to say, I'm really surprised that we haven't gotten another barbarian camp down here. Unless, of course, there is a barbarian camp and they just haven't been moving their units up, which would be highly unlikely. Oh, I just want to take this guy over. Pillage his bullshit cities to the ground. I'm going to pillage it. I'm going to take over Warsaw and Krakow and kind of leave it at that. I'll just burn the rest of it down, but I really want his capital. I'm not entirely certain if I'm going to completely knock him out of the game, but I do have to say that once you actually start like destroying another civilization and you leave them with like some really rinky-dink podunk city, they just create a bunch of problems for you. they sit there and denounce you. They start, you know, trying to get other civilizations to attack you. They always vote against you in, like, the congressional hearings or whatever. Or the world summits. Okay, so now that we have access to our camps, I think... So I could either go for mathematics, so I can get access to the catapult, which I don't think I'm going to need, or I can go for plantations, which would be under calendar. I don't want to, like, skimp out on the top half of the tech tree here, because we are going to eventually need our national college and whatnot. I think we're going to go after calendar, so I can get access to the plantation, and then actually start being able to work this wine tile here. While I'm continuously pumping out units, of course. So I'll have one more turn left on this mine to construct it after this pops back up. After it's my turn again, of course. No. Bullshit. 2 more turns. We must be in a pretty decently sized world map here, because I'm genuinely surprised that we haven't been spotted by another civilization yet. At least we know that the Polynesians aren't in this game, because we would have met the Polynesians a long, long time ago. And I do have to say, speaking of the Polynesians, if you guys are familiar with the Civ Fanatics forums, they're pretty excellent. The people there are pretty friendly and very knowledgeable. But there's been multiple threads about, you know, like the top civilizations, what are like the top unique units, unique buildings, and everything else. And the Polynesians never seem to measure up. I feel like the Polynesians in this game are very unrated, because they have access to the embarkation. They have access to be able to embark their units just straight away from the beginning, which leads them to be able to colonize and meet all the other civs. So it makes them kind of a front runner for getting a diplomatic victory, because they end up founding the World Congress or whatever. It is so powerful. I think their unique unit, the Moai warrior, is pretty subpar, and the Maori warrior, I'm sorry, the Moai statue. The Moai statue is just, it can be good, but it's really map dependent. That's the problem with the Polynesians, is, and same thing with a lot of other civs, that they're very situational depending on what kind of map you're playing on, and also, you know, starting position. But man, those Polynesians, the Polynesians in this game on a water-based map are ridiculous. They're awesome. I think that they're just very much underrated. So what do I go for here? Do I really want to build a camp here with this deer tile, or do I want to go for the truffles? We are hurting for cash, so I think we're going to go for the truffles. And if I put them over here and working in this truffle tile, that means there'll be 1, 2, 3, 4... There'll be 5 turns away from actually starting a camp down here on our southern truffles. Almost out of apple juice here. Love that apple juice. Let's see here. Give me my archer. Let's move you up. So I can see Poland has not teched in the military technology route. He has not upgraded his units, which is fabulous. I'm coming, Poland. I think I have enough here to do it. I have the 2 ranged units, which they could stay like right over here, right? And I just have to defend these 3 tiles. I think I'm going to do it. I'm going to pull back my troops here. I've got the 2 Mohawks. So what I could do is say, why don't I try... I need to defend these 3 tiles, right? Because if I have my Mohawks in the forest, they're going to get their bonuses. The problem is that my archers aren't going to be able to fire over the forests. So they're really not going to be as good. Unless, of course, they're here or here. But that's okay. That's fine. So move you up. Move you back. And then I'll just have my 1 warrior over here. And we are going to lose a little bit more money because I think I'm going to move my spearmen. Maybe I won't. Because this forest acts as a kind of a road tile. So they get additional movement. So I think I could probably keep them in my city. The whole point is that when you're in the tradition social policies, there's this one, oligarchy. Garrison units cost no maintenance. So if I keep them in there, it ain't gonna cost me shit. We are really hurting for money. Let's build another archer. I need that library. So if I moved you, I'm gonna need some units like sitting in reserve here. That's what I was saying. Otherwise, I would move my warrior over here in Hakan and keep him there. So I'm not receiving. I would receive -2 per turn instead of -3. I think I'm in position here to actually do some real good damage. Let's hard save our game again. All right, and I think I'm gonna contemplate on this for a minute. It's been about an hour since I last took a quick little breather, and I think it's about time for me to do so again. So I will be back in a moment, and we will potentially declare war on Poland. I really want to think about the ramifications while I'm taking a short break. So I'll see you guys in a few moments yet again.